Welcome to Focal Point, the show where we bring you real conversations with real people, centering humanity and truth. I'm your host, Dr. Elijah Nicholas, and today we have an unforgettable lineup. Welcome to Focal Point. Before every conversation, I take a moment to set the tone. We light this candle to welcome peace into the room, to invite spirit to lead the way. I'm Dr. Elijah Nicholas, and this season we are exploring joy, not the kind that ignores the storm, the kind that shows up in the middle of it, the kind you have to protect, the kind you have to choose. Today, we speak boldly about Black women and HIV. We shine light on truth. We honor resilience, and we celebrate women who remind us that joy can rise even in the hardest seasons. In America, Black women make up only about 13% of the female population, yet they account for half of all new HIV diagnoses among women. The rate of new diagnosis for Black women is about 10 times higher than that for white women, and more than 3 times higher than the rate for Hispanic and Latina women. These numbers are more than statistics. They are stories, families, lives shaped by stigma, inequity, courage, and strength. But behind every number stands a woman, a mother, a daughter, a sister, someone who refuses to be defined by diagnosis. Today, we sit with 2 powerful voices who choose joy in the midst of it all. Women who turned their pain into purpose and pressed their joy forward with resilience. My next guest is a voice for this generation. Kenedi Lowman is a graduate of Albany State University and Tuskegee University with a background in biology and clinical laboratory science. She is the founder of K Low Inspires LLC. Through her blog and YouTube channel, she shares her journey as a Black cisgender woman living with HIV.
And then one day after work, I'm driving home, talking to a friend, and I'm like, why is American Cross calling me? It is not enough time for me to go donate again. Mm-hmm. And when I got home and listened to the voicemail, it was a doctor. Mm-hmm. And when I called him back, he said, do you know you are HIV positive? And I said, no. I said, sir, I work in the hospital. I know that if I'm HIV positive, I cannot donate blood or blood products. And I was just like, not me. Mm-hmm. Like, this can't, not me. Like, why?
Her transparency has touched lives, uplifted women, and opened doors for honest conversations in homes, churches, and communities. In December 2024, she released her book, If Not You, Who? An intimate story about stigma, healing, and choosing oneself. If you know Kenedi, you know she is often laughing, smiling, or dancing. Her joy is contagious. Kenedi, welcome to Focal Point with Dr. Elijah Nicholas. It is so wonderful to have you here today. How you doing?
I would honestly tell you, you know how people quickly be like, I'm okay. Uh-huh. I'm not. I really don't even know how to explain it.
You're not okay today. Well, you have come to the right place. Talk to me.
Life. I am now living with 2 chronic health issues, and it's starting to take a toll.
Okay. Well, we're going to get into that. And for our listeners who don't know who Kenedi is, who is Kenedi?
I am a graduate from the illustrious, unsinkable Albany State University, okay? Go Rams, to make sure that people know we just won the SIAC championship.
Okay.
Yes.
Woohoo. You are serious about that.
I am. I
As
am.
you
They tell you
should
I go
be.
hard. I am also a graduate from Tuskegee University.
Okay.
And what a lot of people don't know right now, I am a graduate student at Georgia State University. I'm
Okay.
getting my master's in public health.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is huge. So public health.
Yeah.
Public health is a big area right now, like a big industry, if you will. So how did you get into public health, if you don't mind me asking?
So right now I am out of work on disability,
Okay.
and I still do the community work, and I still am helping people live with HIV. My nonprofit, where I'm a co-founder and COO, Lotus, and Lotus stands for Loving Ourselves Through Unity and Strength. We are a private support network of over 300 cisgender women living with HIV.
300 cisgender women living with HIV.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's not just the U.S. We have women in Africa.
Wow.
We are doing it and making sure that people know we are here. And so sitting at home, disability, having nothing to do, my mentor said you should go to grad school.
Okay.
I was talking to my neighbor because she has an at-home job. And I'm like, well, maybe I could find something to get a little extra. And she said, you need to go to grad school.
Go to grad school. School ain't gonna never do us wrong. As I use the word ain't.
But who gonna pay them bills back?
My mom would say, who taught you to say ain't? Sorry, Mom. Who gonna pay the student loans? Absolutely. So tell me, how did you get into HIV work, advocacy?
In 2016, I was working at a local hospital in Atlanta, and I donated blood. The health program that I was in high school, my favorite teacher, she always made sure once we hit age 16 that we could donate blood with parent permission.
Sure.
Because we need more Black people donating blood. We're the main ones that need transfusions, sickle cell kids. And so I donated blood. I went home. And then one day after work, I'm driving home, talking to a friend, and I'm like, why is American Cross calling me? It is not enough time for me to go donate again. And when I got home and listened to the voicemail, it was a doctor calling me from American Red Cross, and he said, I need you to call me back. I have a degree in biology and biotechnology, and then my clinical laboratory science degree. I know that if they're calling, I have something. Because they test blood for HIV, AIDS, sickle cell, West Nile virus. And so it's like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? And when I called him back, he said, do you know you are HIV positive? And I said, no. I said, sir, I work in the hospital. I know that if I'm HIV positive, I cannot donate blood or blood products. And that changed my life. I went into a deep, dark depression. I made sure 2 of my sisters knew my story. In case anything went wrong, they would know what else, is wrong with me. And it was bad. I lost so much weight. I was so skinny. I couldn't do nothing. I drove to work crying. I drove home crying. I'm in the shower crying. It was bad. I got into therapy. Loved my therapist. He died. Yeah. And then I'm like, who else? I'm tired of having to tell people my story.
So you get diagnosed in 2016. You find your way, make your way to therapy, and then you lose your therapist. That in and of itself is so much to cope with.
Yeah.
Take me back to the phone call when you talked to the doctor. What, if you can remember, tell me about that moment.
Because I have a degree and I understand the tests and how they run, I do know that if you have a test for something specific like that, it's done twice on a separate instrument for confirmation. And so I knew that if he said I had HIV, that I have HIV. And I was just like, WTF, like, oh my
Right.
God.
Right.
And so he's like, we need your address, going to confirm it so we can send you these results so you can find care in the area. And he said, but if you need us, then you can call us back too. And he told me about a number to call the next day if I wanted to go get tested and see the results, like right now, before I received all the paperwork from them. And I just don't know. Like, I really like sat on the balcony in the car with him, and I was just like, not me. Like, this can't, not me. Like, why?
Why?
Like, how?
And so a lot of thank you for sharing that, because one of the reasons that we're doing this special specifically for Black women, and I'm so glad you used the term cisgender because we're talking about cisgender Black women, is because there is not nearly enough attention on Black women and sexual health, reproductive health, and HIV. And so going back to 2016, tell me about your support system at the time. Did you have a support system? Did you not have a support system?
I was looking for places to go get tested so I could see before the paperwork arrived. I went to the local health department, and the guy said $200. When the
Wait a
doctor,
minute. So you went to the health department to get a confirmation test.
so I wanted to see it then and now
Right,
before I
yourself.
received the paperwork. And the doctor from Red Cross, he suggested it, gave me a
Okay.
number, place to call. And so I went to a local health department, and the guy was like $200.
$200.
I had the $200, but sir, I'm not giving you my $200 though, because it's supposed to be free. We're at a
Right.
health department, and so I was like, yeah, no, I can't pay that.
Yeah. And
And
can you see how that would prevent people from getting tested?
Correct.
$200.
correct, because what if I was that person who really didn't have the $200, but
Right.
they really did need to get this test?
Right.
That wasn't me. And so I left out of there. That was a Friday. No, it was Thursday. And so I left out of there. I went home on the internet looking up places where I could go. I found a place that was, I think it might have been like 2 miles away from the hospital I was working at. And I said, boom, when I get off tomorrow, I'm going there. And I did. And so when I got in there with the tester, and, he's like, what made you come do this? I break out crying, telling him my story. And he said, you're going to be well. You're going to be okay. He said, you're good. He said, told me his story, how he ran from his diagnosis for 10 years. And then, when he finally accepted and got into it, he was like, I know what I needed to do. And he said, I have the perfect person to help you. And he gave me a case manager. She was amazing. But what I didn't tell you before my diagnosis, 2 months before that, my god sister, my big sister, had died of breast cancer.
Wow. So you're experiencing one traumatic event
Right after another.
After another one.
And so she was amazing. She said, we don't worry about that HIV, girl. You're going to be good. She said, how are you doing with the death of your sister? And she said, and I got the perfect place to send you for everything. You're going to be good. And so I would meet with her once a week or once every 2 weeks. It was fabulous. The medical facility that she sent me to, it was amazing. It was a well-rounded shop. So you have social workers in there. They had therapists in there, peer support, pharmacy.
Full care.
Full
holistic
rounded
care.
suite. Yes.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Why? So you went for donating blood, and that's how you got tested. So, but for that, many people wouldn't get tested. Why in your opinion is it that as a community we don't get tested?
The honest, sad part is some people don't want to know. They know the things that they might have participated in and did. And some people are just okay with not knowing. There are other sets of groups and people that don't think they need it. I tell people, I get hit on by more married men than single men.
Wow.
Even when I tell them I have HIV. And so it's looking like, sis, you should get checked, you know? People don't think because they're married, they need to get tested. At the end of the day, we're all human. Humans make mistakes. I'd rather you take care of you, do everything for you, and then come over and family, mom, kids. But that is like the really hard truth. Married people don't think that they should get tested. Other population, people don't want to know.
And so it sounds to me like there's a lot of a stigma around the conversation of HIV. And specifically in the Black community, in the religious spaces, there's a ton of stigma around HIV, sexual health, testing, etc. And so you do a lot of advocacy work, right? So let's go back to you said 300 cisgender women around the world. So tell me about your advocacy work.
So I love it. When I was first diagnosed and finally starting to come out to HIV events in the community, I didn't see a lot of young Black women like myself. And I said, well, where are my sisters at?
Yeah.
I knew at the time I was not the only Black woman under 30 with HIV in Atlanta. And one day, after the therapy, the support from my two sisters, my HIV family, I had a whole new family. I said, I got to do something. And I woke up with this peace and this joy and love in my heart one day. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell the world that I'm HIV positive.
Wow, and how was that for you?
Scary.
Yeah, I would think so.
Scary.
Okay.
I made sure at the time I had moved to Maryland. And so I made sure I told all of my family before because I said they are not about to cuss me out for finding out on social media.
Sure.
And I made a video.
Okay.
And so I had different clips like, like child abuse, rape, molestation, all these different things, domestic abuse. And at the end I said, and I'm HIV positive. Silent video, black and white, just all of these things that people do not call out or help and support. Because we do have people in the shadows crying.
Yeah.
They're getting beat, but they can't afford to move. Or they don't have nowhere else to go.
Right.
And so I released that video. My friend was like, wait, like I don't see it.
Wait, so you released it on social media?
I released it on YouTube.
Wow.
And my YouTube was connected to my Facebook.
So you said, like, you went for it. You said, I'm telling the world. And how was the response?
So one of my best friends, she said, where is it? She said, it's not up because I had planned to release it on December the 1st at 12 a.m. And she was like, it's like not showing up coming through. And so I had to go back and take off the song that was in there. It was messing it up.
Because YouTube will get you for the song.
Yeah, they will. And so I reposted it and I hit send and I shut down my phone. And I got in the bed and went to sleep.
Yes. So
because I was scared.
I'm done. Going to bed. Okay.
I woke up the next morning. I had over like 300 messages,
Calls,
people texting and
texts,
calling.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
The support.
It was like
wonderful.
Y'all really are there for me, and y'all really like. How can I help you?
Did that surprise you?
It did. It did because I was self-stigmatizing myself. I thought people were gonna be like, "Oh, she nasty. She a hoe. She sleep around."
Isn't it amazing how our voice, like our head, tells us all these things, all these resorts on what's gonna happen, and then wow,
none of
Spirit didn't let that happen.
It didn't. God protected me.
Wonderful.
It was beautiful.
Wonderful. And so your YouTube channel, you do advocacy through your YouTube channel. Tell me about that.
in the beginning, I was kind of documenting like what I was going through, the depression, because in my first therapy session, I was diagnosed with depression. And so sometimes it was hard. It was really hard. Me having to remember to take this pill with food at a certain time every day. I had a timer set that would remind me, like, it's pill time.
Every day.
Every day. And so I went from like not being a sick person to I'm always at the doctor now because I'm having to go for my quarterly checkups to make sure that the medication is working, to make sure that I am not any damage to my liver or kidneys and everything. And so it was just like, okay, I got to help the world. And we know social media big, so do it on social media.
Right. Well, thank you for your advocacy. How has your life changed as a result to 2016?
You're not going to believe it. But I tell people HIV was the best thing that happened to me. It made me start taking better care of Kennedy, standing up for Kennedy, making my no mean no, not taking, like, I don't want to say, not taking no bull crap from nobody. And so it really empowered me more to be Kennedy and not care what the world say about what I do, what I wear. Like, I don't care. I don't. Long as I feel good and look good, that was all that mattered to me. The negatives, sometimes when I was posting different things on social media, like the negative comments and things, like, ciao bye. Like, I don't care. I'm not listening to you. And so it made me empowered.
Good. And now you're empowering others. And thank you for that. So if there's someone out there watching now who has been contemplating getting tested, what would you have to say to them?
If you don't feel comfortable,
I want you to look in that camera and tell them what would you say to someone contemplating, should I get tested, should I not? I don't know.
Get tested. Please, if you do not feel comfortable, take a friend or someone that you trust. Medication nowadays is better, and it's only you can either go one pill or you can get a shot every other month. It's better to know than not know. So please put yourself first and get tested.
Thank you so much for that. So now let's go back to the beginning when you said, I'm not doing too good. Let's talk about joy, because I want to know why you're not doing too good.
Last year, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. First time having to spend overnight in a hospital. I had to do a spinal test. And, me thinking about somebody going in my back with a needle to my spine and you can maybe hit the wrong thing or mess up something.
That thought is
terrifying.
Scary.
It was.
Okay.
But once again, support. My best friend said, I'm on the way. He drove up from my hometown. He said, I have to see you with my own eyes. Like, no. My other best friend who lives here, I woke up, she on the other side of the bed working.
So
brought a laptop,
you got
she
a
working.
good support system, it sounds like.
I do.
Okay.
My family, love, love, love. Even my HIV family, okay? My family come out to community events, they help. And so if they're not there, sometimes people are like, wait, you missing somebody. Oh, well, she couldn't make it this time.
So when you say HIV family, what do you mean?
Other people in the community.
For our viewers who might be saying, because I know my mom's going to say, Elijah, what did Kennedy mean? I got you, Mom. She's going to say, what did Kennedy mean when she said HIV family?
Those that are HIV positive, even for the ones who might have AIDS, we are here. It is
So it's
amazing.
Support system.
It is. Because we understand what each other is going through.
Yeah.
And we get that love and support. Because sometimes people don't realize the actual HIV in my body is not the problem. It's the stuff in your mind that sometimes is hard to carry. But I know that I can call this sister, I can call this brother, or, it is really it's love. And I love it. We go to events and have things, or, hey, I need you to sit on this panel. Hey, I need you. And support, they come out.
Yeah. I'm so glad you have that support, because that is so important. Because one of the things that I realize is with HIV and other diagnoses, many of us isolate, we self-isolate, so we step away from society. So good for you for being brave and bold and courageous. And I know the next time that you come on Focal Point with Dr. Elijah Nicholas, you're going to say, my day is great. And you know why? Because I'm about to ask you the joy rising questions.
Because I'm here with you. That's why my day is great.
Ding, 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 ding. So for our viewers, now we're going to do a joy of rising. And so I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Don't think real deep about it. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. So first of all, what brought you joy this morning?
Waking up knowing that I get to spread the word and maybe help somebody else who is living with HIV.
Okay, wonderful. And what song brings you joy?
I kind of like a lot of songs. So R&B.
Okay.
I don't really have a special song. But
what song just when it come on, you like, that's my song? I know you got one.
And see, that's the hard part. Because on the way here, Cuffit came on. And so I was jamming. All right. I am not a Beehive fan. I'm not saying nothing because I don't need y'all coming after me. But it was like, okay, I remember, like, okay.
Okay.
So I jammed on the way in.
Okay. And then when you need a little joy, what's your go-to?
Friends and family. I have a lovely 87-year-old grandma. I'm a grandma baby. And I'll FaceTime her and talk with her, Christian, so she'll give me scriptures and things. Or
wrong with a little scripture every now and then.
My family group, you hop in the text and hey, we need a call or we need a FaceTime and come through.
Well, Kennedy, thank you so much for joining us here on Focal Point with Dr. Elijah Nicholas. I just want to say that, I really appreciate your story. I appreciate your vulnerability. You are saving lives by sharing your story and through the advocacy work that you do. So please keep going, keep living, keep smiling, keep being great.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Today reminded us that Black women deserve truth. They deserve support. They deserve protection. Matsonia reminded us that motherhood and leadership can coexist with courage and clarity. Kennedy showed us the power of transparency and community. Both women proved that joy can exist right in the middle of the storm. Joy is a choice. Joy is a practice. Joy is resilience in real time. If this conversation spoke to you, there is more inside my new book, Joy. It's filled with reflections and tools to help you nurture your joy in every season of life. So wherever you find yourself today, keep going, keep growing, and keep your joy rising.